we're on one of our little tangents again, just on the way to the park up, and we've gone through this town, and I said, oh, this looks amazing. So we've stopped here, but we've just both been saying that we feel really kind of nervous leaving Romany, obviously after what happened in Sevilla, where they fitted us the air conditioning unit in the side of the door. But I said to Emma, like we were just saying then, we've just got to do it. We have to do it.
Yeah, even when you're trying to be really, you're trying to put it behind you and move on and not let it bother you, and you have to keep making sure that you mean that and you're not just saying it, because it can really restrict you otherwise. It could control you, couldn't it? Completely control you.
Yeah, it's
very hard.
It's knocked us, I think. It's knocked us, like a couple of like park ups that we've been to last night, and we were both like, oh, not sure. Normally we'd just park up there, no problem, or we'd wander around towns, no problem with the camera equipment and stuff. But it's just knocked us a little bit, and we need to not allow it to do that. You know, we're very we're quite trusting people, you know, think the best of people until they prove you wrong, rather than the other way around.
And it's remembering that most people are not like that. Most people will not do things like that. We've been travelling over 10 years and we've never had anything like that happen. So it's just one of those things that can happen anywhere, anytime. Yet I think it is more likely to happen in cities. I just think because you've got a higher population of people and different people, different amounts of money, you know, you do have all them types of things where I suppose it's more likely to happen in a city than a tiny little village in the back streets of nowhere. I don't know if this is a city or a town.
It's more like a town, or it feels like a town. It doesn't feel like a city.
But you just feel really nervous.
Yeah,
like
it's nerve-wracking, but
you know,
we've got to do it. We have to do it. Beautiful building there. That's amazing, isn't it? Look at this. These are the tiles that we've been seeing, look. All the buildings have got these tiles on. It feels more kind of bustling, this place. It feels more, it's got a bit of a more Spain-y type vibe to it, hasn't it? These buildings in Portugal, the houses in Portugal, are always really colourful. Always looks really bright and colourful. This is the little town we're going to explore. Look at that lilac one here there. It's nice, isn't it? It smells of like cooking fish and barbecues and stuff. It smells really nice. This is just stunning. Look at this water here, and it kind of runs all the way down here into this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful area here. It's just absolutely stunning. Like anywhere in the world, when you're kind of coming through the back streets, it's not as pretty as this frontal area here. So if you are coming to Portugal, I wouldn't let that shock you, in a sense.
There's quite a lot of graffiti everywhere that you go, like everywhere you go. It must be something that is just accepted, tolerated, I don't know. It's like tagging graffiti though, and it's literally on every building as soon as you enter the back streets, which feels a little bit, because there's quite a lot of rundown buildings as well. Like everywhere we've been, apart from the small little villages, they're very different, but when you come into like a kind of a bigger town or a city, you get these beautiful, beautiful areas and beautiful cafes. But if you step just a few streets back, you've got an awful lot of graffiti, more than I'd say in the UK in cities, to be honest with you.
Yeah, definitely more than the UK.
And a lot of rundown empty buildings and that sort of thing, and it can feel a little bit unnerving if you're not used to it. It's got a bit of a feel of like, I suppose like when you go if you've ever been to Turkey and you go on the back streets, it's a bit like that type of feeling. But it's very, very beautiful as well. So, and if you kind of accept it as part of like the culture and look at the older buildings and just take a wander, it's worth it, because you're not just getting presented with what's been put there for you, if you know what I mean. You're getting a realistic view. And you know, in some cases that's a bit sad, because you see that there's a bit of poverty around and stuff. Well, quite a lot of poverty around, to be honest with you. And I think that probably comes from the fact that prices of things in general, I found in Portugal, are very expensive. Yeah. The fuel is very expensive, the food is very expensive, and the wages, from what I'm aware of, are not in comparison with that. Like, they're not on a par with it, so people are earning a lot less than what they've been asked to pay out. So in some cases, when you're going on the back streets, you're seeing the reflection of that, and it's quite sad, it's quite upsetting. But then also, I think that if you really want to know a country, you have to step away from the main tourist attraction parts, don't you, as well? You know.
And the people here are just beautiful people.
Oh, really
everybody's
lovely.
So friendly. and you know, just take a look at how beautiful this is.
I'm looking
Right.
forward to going to this market.
Let's go. Good morning. So you join us in this pretty busy park up. There's loads and loads of vans here, but it was kind of the safest place to kind of stop that were easiest and stuff. So we're in a place called Évora.
Évora,
Évora,
that's it, yeah.
in just kind of around central Portugal, I guess. There's some really, really cool things to see here. So we're going to go and check out and explore this wonderful town, aren't we?
We are, yeah. It was the best place to come and park up last night because there's a lot of fires at the moment around this area. And so we just want to be in a safe place, didn't we? Being out in the middle of nowhere is probably not very intelligent right now. So we're setting off to explore Évora and see what it's got to offer us. It is actually a city. In fact, it's the capital of Portugal's south-central Alentejo region. It's full of all sorts of things for us to explore. They've got a cathedral, they've got a Roman temple and loads of shops. But first, we need to get a coffee.
Trying a Portuguese dessert.
It's like a kind of a custard. It's made with soya milk, this one.
Is it nice?
Oh, it's really nice. It's like, it's got like nutmeg. It's a bit like a kind of a rice pudding, but without the rice in it. But it's really, really nice, is that. We're at a place called Salsa Verde, which is, it does all like kind of soya, vegan, that sort. So basically do all the vegan options. It's really, really nice place. First place I've actually managed to get a large coffee as well. And now it's time for us to explore those little streets of Évora with the beautiful whitewashed buildings, and definitely time for me to hit those shops. The shops of Évora kind of conjure up that image that you have of Portugal. They're all filled with like natural cork products and beautiful ceramic tiles and ornaments. It's absolutely stunning.
We've found Portugal. It's been really nice up until this point, but trying to like find what we had in our heads of what Portugal was proving quite difficult, and I almost gave up on ever seeing it, and I think you did, didn't you?
And we're just like
where is it? And here it is. Here's Portugal.
It's like that kind of old town, really old buildings, the little sort of shops with all the tiles in and all that sort of stuff. The little cork shops, and we needed to come to the old town, didn't we? That's what we needed. That's what we like. Have you noticed that in every place we go, we love the old towns,
it's the old towns,
little handmade shops and all that sort of stuff. That's what we love.
When you're travelling, you discover what it is you like, and you're probably the same. Like for us, it's not beach, you know, it's not the beaches sat on a deck chair all day, and it's not the busy cities. It's these old towns, and this is the first one we've come across in Portugal, and oh my God, is it beautiful! Check this out for some architecture.
Oh my gosh, look at that. So this is the ancient Roman temple of Évora, also known as the Temple Diana. This is actually kind of one of the jewels in the crown of Évora, really. And Évora is considered a World Heritage Site from 1986.
This is a Roman temple, and it's the first half of the first century. So this is definitely the oldest thing we've ever seen, and it's just incredible. Absolutely incredible. Got these like statues, and oh my goodness, the history here is just incredible. And then you've got these incredible views up here. I'm absolutely gobsmacked. I've been rooting for Portugal all the way around and it just hasn't delivered. It was just like, it's a beautiful country, but it just didn't meet that expectation of what I imagined Portugal to be. And when you say, oh, you know, people say that Portugal's beautiful and go to Portugal, it just wasn't hitting that. So I was rooting for it. I'm like, come on, Portugal, prove us wrong, you know, show us how nice you are. And oh my God, has it responded. Whenever we see a water fountain, we just give Daisy a little cool down so that it's really, really hot here. I better, Daisy.
I turned it on a bit much there.
Yeah, better. You drenched yourself.
Covered up. I'm not sure. Make our way back down through here, see if there's anything else to see. I think we need to go to the Chapel of Bones next.
Yeah, Chapel of Bones. The only thing that spoils Portugal is the cars are just like, they drive so fast and especially around these windy streets all the time. To be honest, that's the one thing that I can say I've not liked, I don't like about when you're driving. Every single person, and I'm not exaggerating, am I, Emma? Every single person in the country drives, nobody listens to the speed limit, they drive really, really fast.
Like Pied Piper, when we were driving, there's like got a queue of cars behind
Massive
him.
queue, I was like,
but they
what?
come like one mirror, other mirror, other. I think it's a signal kind of to try and shove you over so that they can get past, because they're not angry, are they?
They don't seem angry, they're not beeping at you, but they come so close to your bumper, then the next one comes close to your bumper. And it's like that all the time. They're literally within touching distance of you when you're driving. And I was doing the speed limit, and literally I was driving for about 4 hours. I've driven all around the south of Portugal, and nobody does the speed limit. Look at that. It's a nice little area, isn't it? I think it's somebody's patio or leading off to some kind of apartments or something. They have these beautiful tiles like everywhere around Portugal. Really nice. Tuk-tuks here, like in India. There's just cars everywhere on these little windy streets. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any paths kind of on these little roads. That's the only problem. So then you get cars kind of speeding round them. It can be quite, you've got to be careful. Look at these, have a little nose in here. Yeah, we've seen this thing, it's called the Chapel of Bones. It's meant to be, I don't really know what it is, but it sounds interesting.
I believe it's a chapel that's kind of, everything in it, the chandeliers in it, the walls, everything is made of human bones, which I didn't believe, but I believe that's from what I've read, that's what it is. It's very strange.
Check it out.
We'll have to see if that's actually true or not,
yeah,
because it is very, very strange.
Or a car. Wow, look at this.
Yeah.
This is just insane. I've never seen anything like this before. Everywhere you look is just beautiful. Look at that, just look to the left of me from there and it's just gorgeous. Have a quick cheeky look inside here. Oh, it's nice, Emma.
We're going to stop off for a quick little coffee with this donkey before I head into the Chapel of Bones. This is the Chapel of Bones, and it's believed to house 5,000 skeletons of friars that were all taken from local cemeteries where the bodies were exhumed and displayed carefully within this chapel. There's even believed to be the bones of a child that are displayed in a glass case. It's got an eerie but yet strangely peaceful feeling about it. And at the roof of the chapel are the words displayed in Portuguese, "Better is the day of death than the day of birth."
On one of the pillars in the chapel is a poem in a case, and it goes a bit like this. Where are you going in such a hurry, traveller? Pause, do not advance your travel. You have no greater concern than this one, that which is now before your eyes. Recall how many have passed from this world. Reflect on your similar end. There is good reason to do so, if only all did the same. Ponder you so influenced by fate, among the many concerns of the world, so little do you reflect on death. If by chance you glance at this place, stop, for the sake of your journey. The longer you pause, the further on your journey you will be. Thank you so much for watching. Join us next week, Tuesday, 8 PM, and until then, keep writing your own story.